Now, for the uninformed, Lessons Of is a YouTube channel that makes video analysis about the deeper themes in cartoons. A couple of months ago, I got recommended a video of theirs, specifically the episode where Love breaks Finn and what it teaches. This video currently sits at 659,000 views. While watching this video, I thought it was fine. The editing was very good, the pacing was fine, and the voiceover was really good too. But for the entirety of the video, I couldn't shake this feeling something felt off about it. After I finished watching it, I went and checked out the channel's older videos. This is when things got weirder. In the 2 months Lessons Of was posting, he had released 13 10 to 30 minute long videos. That's insane! For reference, it took me over a month to make one video of the same length, and then in the same amount of time, I made 6 4 to 5 minute long videos. That was just more fuel towards the weird feeling this channel gave me, as the sheer amount of content Lessons Of pumps out was inhuman. But what was weirder was checking out the first video on the channel, and I realized the guy who made the Finn video and the one who made the first video on Master Oogway were 2 separate people. The original guy made 2 videos for the channel, and after that there was a month-long break before a new voiceover guy was brought in, and that's when the upload schedule really ramped up. Some of these videos have less than a 3-day break between their release date. Also, the oddities continued with the editing style switches. The old videos had these really dated meme GIFs plastered all over it. The newer videos have stock footage, and overall the editing feels completely different. Now, I know creators evolve. Look at my videos, I sure as hell did. But editing styles, voices, and even faces don't change this quickly. All the evidence I had at this point was a gut feeling something was off, and I pushed the channel to the back of my mind, and I didn't think much of it. That was until I watched a video by fellow YouTuber Shmele9k talking about a separate channel and how he could tell it was AI. This video made me remember Lessons Of, and in researching this video, I tripped and fell into a rabbit hole, and I need to tell you what I found. Here is my case against Lessons Of.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Lessons Of.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution may start by showing their evidence.
I started with the basics, testing if the descriptions were AI generated, and the majority of the videos do have generated descriptions. And not only that, some of the ones that came back negative were actually true. Want to know how I know? This thing. The M dash. It's a punctuation that AI loves to use. It is generated all of the time by AI, and it is all over these descriptions.
Objection!
Just because the description used this M dash doesn't mean they're AI generated. And to hear if the descriptions are generated, it doesn't matter, and we could have just typed the M dash.
Yes, Gather, explain yourself.
Well, you see, the M dash is something you can't type easily on a keyboard. The dash on the keyboard itself is an N dash. It's slightly shorter, and it's kinda obvious to tell. And to type the M dash, you have to hold down the Alt key and type 0151 into the number pad. As you can tell, that's too much effort for a description, isn't it? The only possible conclusion is that the descriptions are AI generated. Now, that's not a crime itself, but if they're willing to use AI in their descriptions, what else could be AI? Now, continuing on, I went over the videos themselves, as they're very, how do I say this, surface level and formulaic. Each video follows the exact same pattern. An overview of what will happen in the video and what it teaches the viewer.
He doesn't just roll with the punches, he dances with them, turning life's curveballs into the ultimate playground. But don't be fooled by his chill attitude. Beneath that stretchy, shape-shifting exterior is a philosophy that cuts straight to the heart of what it means to live fully.
Summarizes what happens in an episode.
I like you.
She blushes. And then she slaps him, flames still flickering at her fingertips.
Don't ever mess with me again.
She rockets away, a streak of fire across the sky. Finn stares out the broken window, his face still burning from the slap.
Surface level observation.
Her flames. She collapses, and for the first time, Finn sees her for what she really is. A girl. Not a weapon. Not a monster. Just a girl.
Repeat. Then in the conclusion, what the theme is and what it teaches the viewer.
But through fire and failure, he finally learned. He learned that love isn't conquest, it's care. That growing up doesn't mean giving up. It means becoming someone worth loving, starting with yourself.
It's not a sin to do this, but it feels off, kind of like it's robotic. As we already know, this channel isn't owned by one person. As if it was, it wouldn't explain the change in host. And hell, they even confirm this in their channel description, where they say, where we cover all the hidden lessons in the favorite cartoon from your youth. And yes, that's what it says. No, I'm not making this up. Go check the description yourself. Now, when you go to the comments of these videos, you'll see lessons of responding to the comments as I, as if it doesn't say in their poorly said description, we.
Hold it! Why does this matter? We say we're a team in the channel description, as you said yourself.
Wait, let Gather explain himself.
Oh please, no one ever checks the descriptions of channels, ever. Not even yourself. You'd see the horrendous English on display here, and only one person has ever questioned the team aspect of the channel, from what I could find. Voice Guy asked how big their team was, as he felt someone else was talking in their videos. One guy out of 60,000 subscribers. The rest are all people congratulating the one guy running the channel. It disappoints me how many people who love Lessons Of, who think it's just this one guy giving him all the praise, while there are most likely more people behind the scenes. Now, after researching this, I had hit a brick wall. I felt defeated. I couldn't prove anything but the descriptions were AI generated and that it was a team of people, not just this one guy. But who is this one guy? Wanting to know, I kept digging. Throughout the entirety of the investigation, I never checked the community post tab, and this was the biggest break of the entirety of this case. There, right in front of me, was a post thanking their viewers for getting them past 10,000 subs, and also a big thanks to their fans from their host, Elias. Now, I don't have to be the first person to tell you that Elias is not a very common name, and armed with just a first name, and with my ambition refired, I got to searching. Facebook, nothing. Twitter, nothing. YouTube, nothing. I looked everywhere, and there was nothing. Then, I thought, maybe he's a freelancer. And there he was. I will professionally record your YouTube or TikTok videos, and this is where everything went crazy. I started off by messaging him and asking him if he was the guy behind Lessons Of. He messaged back less than a minute later, saying, yes, that's me. He continued by confirming he was a freelancer for the channel. This is when I started questioning him about what happened to the previous host, because I really wanted to know what happened to him. He responded with, they may have had another voice actor or an AI voice, or maybe I started with our first episode. I'm not sure. I work with a few channels. The others will be a lot harder to find, lol. Him mentioning AI was a chance I never thought I'd get. I then seized the opportunity. I asked him where Lessons Of used AI in the video creation process. He said the channel doesn't, and didn't, I don't think. I then asked Elias about how many other people work on the channel. He told me there's two he's been in contact with. One edits, and the other one writes scripts. Now, I don't have to tell you, but 3 people can't make this much content in this short amount of time without some help from AI.
Objection! Just because you're foreign set time management doesn't mean 3 people could make all these videos in 5 months. Even Elias the witness didn't give you objective proof AI is used. This is a completely subjective opinion, Gather.
Yeah, Attorney Gather, do you have any proof that AI is used in the creative process?
I was just about to get to that. And yes, Your Honor, I do. When using AI while generating anything, it religiously will do a few things. It will do, it's not just about X, it's about Y. Channels that have confirmed use of AI use this all the time, and it's all over Lessons Of.
Destiny isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we stumble upon.
And this isn't just a lesson in humility. This is about trust.
These lessons aren't just handed to you To truly unlock their power, you have to listen. And it's all because his teachings aren't just for Poe, for Shifu, for Furious 5, they're for us too.
Believed in himself, he didn't just defeat Tai Lung. He became the hero he was meant to be.
Rules of threes and repeating things in an odd amount of times. Yes, humans do this, but the extent AI does it makes it obvious when an AI scripts anything.
It is simple, stable, and unflashy. Who he is, who he was, and who he's trying to become. Broken sword, a cursed blade, or a painful loss. Blade is chipped, dented, and already worn down. Talk about why he fights, how he protects, and what happens if things go wrong.
Once you notice these things, it's so obvious that AI generates at least a portion of the script, apart from the poorly tacked on jokes that just don't work.
And by yeeting the sword...
Will our scripter just like Sloan say a lot? Again, no proof. This is just slander.
Well, if he does say it so much.
Why is the word AI shadow banned in your comment section?
Lessons of hides comments that mention AI in any way. I first noticed this when I commented on the video How Finn's Sword Taught Us to Grow, saying something about this script seems really off, almost like it's AI generated. I don't know, I'm just mentioning it and hopefully I'm proven wrong, but also the insane speed these vids are pumped out and the similarities to AI scripts is very off-putting. If I'm wrong, I'll accept that. If not, this is scummy. I went about my day not thinking much of the comment, until when I was on my phone, which is on another YouTube account, Lessons Of released a new video. I watched it, and it was just more confirmation that the script is using AI a lot in its creation process. But I went back to the sword video to see if anyone had responded to my comment, but my comment just wasn't there. Opening YouTube on my computer, which is on my commenting account, the comment was still there. They hadn't deleted the comment. It was just the word AI is a blocked word in the comment section. This means that the poster can still see it, but no one else can. After testing other words, ChatGPT was also blocked. This happened again after I replied to a guy who responded to my joke comment where I mentioned how AI scripts did the "it's not just about X, it's Y" all the time. Even after editing it, the comment is still hidden. Why? Because they know that AI is used in the channel and they're trying to hide it. Because they are either ashamed of it, or because if anyone found out they were an AI content farm, they'd get backlash and stop making money. Now, Lessons Of, what do you say against this overwhelming evidence against you?
Well, it's just AI, who cares? And even if we use AI and hide it and lie to our fans, who cares?
Well, I do, and the people who watch your videos deserve to know this. AI is known to plagiarize, as it's built on other people's words. People who did not consent to having their words stolen for mediocre video essays on Adventure Time. Now, this may be a better time than ever to mention something Elias said to me in my interview with him that really stuck with me. This was in response to me saying how people believed that he does everything for Lessons Of. He said, "Well, of course they would say that, but I don't do all the work. People are just assuming it's a single person behind the camera and mic. But it never is. This is my final problem with Lessons Of. Yes, other YouTubers sometimes have editors and scripters who help on videos, but they get credit for their work. As an example, Pyrocynical makes some of the best video essays on the platform, and he gets help on these videos, but everyone is credited. If I wanted to find the scriptwriter, if I wanted to find the editor, if I wanted to find who voiced the violinist in the Darkwood video, I could find that. But on Lessons Of, Elias isn't credited, neither is the editor, the scripter, or the original host. The sheer amount of work I had to do to find Elias is just messed up. He's a great voice actor and deserves more credit for his work, so go check him out. And what if I wanted to hire the editor or the original host? What? I can't? Oh, why can't I? Because no one is credited? And why don't they credit anyone? Because they need to keep their facade of being a one-man operation so people don't treat them like a content mill. And if people start treating them like a content mill, the money would stop flowing. Now, why am I complaining about this? If a YouTuber wants to use AI, who gives a fuck? Because it's morally wrong. By using AI, it's a huge middle finger to actual YouTubers who put effort into making videos. If I did what Lessons Of does, I could have days of content out by now. But why don't I? because I care about the creative process and I care about artistic integrity. And then the dishonesty with the viewers just doesn't sit well with me. Everything about this channel is wrong. They know AI is used, but are too lazy to do shit about it. Why? Because just as Elias says, some people do passion projects, and others are doing it for the money.
Take that!
I think I've said all I need to say. Lessons Of isn't just a content farm, it's an AI slop channel too.
Does the defendant have any counterpoints? As I see it, the evidence is damning.
This channel, the software shouldn't know.
Now, what should you do with this information? Well, the actual words artificial intelligence aren't actually blocked in their comment section. Spread the word. Stop this slop from growing anymore. And help me find this original host. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, join my Discord. And if anyone actually does find the host, please message me. I'm never making a video like this again. Also, go check out my Who's Live video whenever the fuck I make that. Peace.